Hi, it's Kerri Konik from Brandscape Atelier, and I'm here with a recent graduate from the Inspire Campfire Intensive. And I'm here with Tina Richards from InvincibleWe.com. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
And thanks. And I'm just going to ask you what your experience was like for other people who might be considering attending Campfire, which is a small group intensive with a handful of other brands at the table with you for 3 days. So, Tina, what was your experience with Campfire?
I loved the other entrepreneurs that were there. I loved the dialogue and the feeding, the help, and just the help that we received from each other. Mm-hmm. The comments were very, very insightful, and I gained a lot from that, just the interactions with the others in the group. And the fact that it was a small group, I really was able to have the attention that I was looking for, but also the mingling of the group and the awareness of the group of the individuals.
What was your level of clarity before you went into Campfire?
I didn't have any clarity. I had no clarity. None. It was a fog.
A fog.
A very dense fog.
Okay.
That lifted after Campfire, I'm very happy to say.
Okay, good. How did you feel, the Campfire starts off with some pre-work. Once you commit to the Campfire, the pre-work begins.
Yes.
What did you feel, what was your experience with the pre-work?
Well, I was surprised how much pre-work there was.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of content, and I'm not a homework person, but I loved it. I loved it, and I found myself setting the stage. I had nice music, I lit candles, and I was very engrossed in the work because of the questions that you asked. Mm-hmm. It was about me and about my business, so what's not to like? Mm-hmm. And I felt prepared. The pre-work really helped set the stage. So when I came to the first day, I was ready. I knew what to expect, and I felt prepared, very prepared.
Good, good. So after the 3-day process, where do you think you are now with your brand clarity?
Wow. The fog is lifted, I'm happy to say. And the plane is cleared for takeoff.
Ready for takeoff.
The greatest gain from Campfire has been my clarity to act. And I'm happy to say that I'm launching my business sooner, faster than projected because of the awareness and the content at Campfire. Mm-hmm. Just having that fog lift, my business has voice. I'm ready to go. I'm cleared to take off. And I was not before Campfire. It was very, very, didn't have direction.
Yeah. Well, it's confusing, and it's, where do you start? Because it's such a big, one's brand is such a big, ball to wrestle down. And, the systematic approach allows you to really kind of dissect it and then put it back together as a whole with awareness and deep understanding.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear that you got that, you had that experience.
Absolutely.
With the process.
Yeah, more so than I would have thought.
Yeah. And you called me the other day and told me about revisiting the work.
Yeah, I did. Well, it was so good the first time, but it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and you're having concepts and words that you have no reference point for, and it's a new business, new information, so it can be a little overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So what I did was I revisited the entire Campfire the other evening, and I got it.
You mean your notes?
My notes, my entire binder. I went through the entire binder, mm-hmm. page by page, and I was surprised and really happy that I got it. I really got it. So now my business is that much clearer. Mm-hmm. I have that much more clarity of voice, mm-hmm. and I'm very pleased. Very pleased.
Yeah. People, the reason we do the binders is every time you're approaching a new marketing effort or a new program or product, you have that resource. It's a thick textbook of resources of what am I about again? Yeah. What am I about again? And you can go back and say, oh yeah, that's what I'm about.
Exactly.
And it just shortcuts the marketing for everything else. What would you say to people who are looking at the investment of Campfire and deciding whether or not it might be a sizable investment for their business? What would you say about the investment?
It wasn't an investment financially. It's an investment in myself and in my business, and my business deserves that. If you don't have voice, if you don't have clarity, you don't have a business. So we have to invest. We have to invest in ourselves, in our business.
Yeah. And as you know, I talk about people jump to marketing. to jump to marketing, and then they're building marketing and sales and a lot of money in websites and communication and copywriting and video content on top of a faulty foundation.
Exactly.
And then when they get clarity,
Yeah.
they have to go back and recraft
Yes.
the messaging.
Yes.
And so this is actually something that if you do in the beginning and get it right, you can just catapult your success instead of having to go back and recraft.
That's right. That's right. And the money that I spent on other things with a foggy business was kind of a moot point.
You have to redo those pieces.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so do this
Absolutely.
earlier than later.
Exactly. And the content, I have to say, was phenomenal. The content was, I was really, really impressed. Just absolutely blown away by the amount of content that still serves me today, because I keep going back and revisiting as my business progresses. You can still go back to Campfire and you still gain greater clarity.
Yeah, yeah. Well, great. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.